Hello, everyone. Welcome to You Can Talk. This is Saturday Night Live, and I am here this Saturday night with an open forum discussion. I'm just going to wait a few minutes and let a few people come on through and pop in. Hello, Chef BC Cherry Bliss. How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a while. I know I have not been live all week. It has been a crazy busy week at work, and really a lot of what we're doing has just been taking up a lot of my time and personal time and just mental space. And I just have not been able to, get out the things that I've wanted to get out for our classes and stuff this week. So I did manage to get some tips out, which I was happy, but it's like the world is opening back up now, and, people are getting back out, and really it's like just crazy busy everywhere. Like, and especially at work, I'm like, wow, this is unbelievable how crazy busy we are. It's like we went from 0 to 100 like overnight. So, I will say though, my husband and I were able to get out today, and it was good because a lot of people were out and about. We really didn't think there were going to be as many people out as there were, and there were a lot of people out. But I will say that everyone was still really great about wearing their masks and, still doing the social distancing. The restaurants were still, sort of keeping social distancing and wearing their masks, and the whole, sanitization and just different things they were doing. So, I mean, really, it seemed like not much a change other than just seeing more people out. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited you caught me too. I'm super excited you caught me. I felt so bad about not putting stuff out. And sometimes I wish they would let us, have a community wall before we get to that 1,000 subscribers, so that I could put little messages out just to let people know, like that, I won't be going live or something like that, but they don't. So, oh, well. Yes. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Yeah. So I am glad. I'm glad that things are kind of, opening back up, but that more so that people are still being safe, even though it's not, or our governor has opened our state back up. People are still practicing safety. So I was super happy about that. But yeah, so tonight I wanted to do an open forum. I kind of like doing these every once in a while because I really want to know what's on you all's minds, what y'all want to talk about, what you're struggling with, what your hello, Walker Family TV. How are you? Good to see you, cousin. How are you? Welcome. So I kind of like to know what's on people's minds and what y'all are struggling with, what you're thinking about. I know lots has gone over the past year now since COVID first started. And, so I just wanted to have an open forum tonight where you guys kind of, pick the topic or pick the discussion, however you want to do it. Let me know what's on your mind. If you have a question, if you have something you just want to know, if something you just want to know about me, I'll be happy to talk about that. Or if you just want to throw a word out there, you want to throw a word out, I'll be happy to just see what comes off my brain about it. That's always fun too. Hey, cousin, how are you? Cousin Brenda, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I hope you all are doing well. I hope that things are going well in your life, really. So I know things are just getting ramped up again. So here we are, ready to go. Ready to go. So tell me if you all have anything on your mind, if you have any discussions, if you have anything you want to know about me, if you want to throw a topic out there, something you want to know my thoughts on, just whatever, put it in the chat. I'll be happy to chit chat about it and kind of see what's on you all's minds and what y'all want to know about, or what you would like some help with. Even, if you have something that you need to say to someone and you don't quite know how to say it, please just pop it in the chat. Chef says, I'm going to operate as if C19 is still full blown until 2022. Absolutely. No matter what or who is open again. Exactly. I do not blame you. As far as I'm concerned, it still is as rampant as ever. So I don't know that things are necessarily slowed down. I am one of the people who was blessed to be able to, get our shot. So I got the first one and the second one. I know not everyone, is sure if that's something that they want to do. And I get that and I totally respect it. I don't have any thoughts one way or another about it other than, in our community, I just feel like we're at such high risk already. And over the years, the studies have shown, or not over the years, but over these months, we're seeing our people of color catch it quicker and die from it faster. And so that concerns me. And even though I may not be at risk, I don't want to put anyone else at risk. So, I lost my mother to COVID-19. And I've lost have other friends who've lost family members, a lot of people, who have lost to COVID-19. So it's very real to me. And it's not something that I take lightly. So yes, I did get my shots, and I still protect myself and try to protect others because it is still very contagious out there. Hey, I'm Broken Sylvia Sunshine. How are you? Blessings to you. Good to see you. And drink a little water. So yeah, we had a good day. We got out and about. Yes, Chef. Yes, you didn't know that. Yes, I lost my mother on December 18th, just this a couple months ago. Yeah, so it's been a very challenging 2020. And my husband also lost his father. So about 3 weeks before I lost my mother. So yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know you didn't know that. I had put it out and talked about it and all that. But, things are getting a little better now for me mentally. I still miss her tremendously, Lord knows. And I cry all the time. I definitely went through a period of depression. I think I'm out of that depression now, and I'm actually sort of at a place of peace about it. So yeah, it has not been easy. Sorry, I have a little pop-up here on my screen I need to get rid of. Okay. Yes. Hey, God's chosen vessel, Gwen. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Good to see you. Let's see. I pray continual peace for you and your family. Thank you. We're doing good. Sometimes when I want to get sad, I think about so many people who lost their parents way younger, at young ages, and they didn't have the opportunities to get to really even know their parents, some people, or so I don't allow myself to be down for too long. And I know that's not what she would want for me either. She does not want that for us, but I do cry. I mean, I cry all the time. I can be watching a show and I'll cry, or coming home, or a song will come on the radio, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's still very real to me, but life moves on, and Lord bless, I will see her again. One day. Let's see. Chef says, this pop-up just will not stop. Okay. I'm sorry. It's blocking there we go. I must be living under a rock. I'm sorry for the patriarch and the matriarch of both families. Yes, absolutely. Love y'all so much. Good. I'm glad you all are speaking to each other. Yeah. So for those of you who just came in, I'm just doing an open forum tonight, open discussion tonight. I've been so busy this week. I had not had time to really kind of plan a lesson and get things together the way I like to. But I hadn't been on all week because I've had so much going on, but I didn't want to not come on tonight and talk with you all and, see what's on y'all's mind. So yeah, I'm literally just doing open discussion tonight. If y'all have just, a topic or a subject matter that y'all want me to discuss, y'all want to know what I think about it, let me just pop it in there and I'll let you know what I think about it. Let's see. You and your family have been in my prayers. I know it's been hard. It has been. It has been. It most definitely challenging, and I appreciate that so much. I need all the prayers I can get. She says, I need a nap because I have to work tonight, but listening till I sleep. Okay, thank you so much, Unbroken. I appreciate that. Hey, Burns, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Oh, Harry and Meghan. That's a good one. You know, that's hilarious that you brought that up because my husband and I have been having this discussion, you know, like where I feel somewhat bad for her. And my husband's like, I don't feel bad for her at all. You know, she should have known what she was getting into and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, she may have had some thought or some idea, but didn't realize the full, until you actually get into a situation. Sometimes you just don't know. You don't know the you don't know what to expect, and it's kind of like you may have a thought in your mind, or you think people will be above and beyond what you hope that they will be. I remember the first time I started like teaching adults in an adult classroom. And I thought, oh, this is going to be so nice. One of the things that always turned me off from teaching is that I never wanted to teach kids. Right. And so, because I never wanted to teach kids, I never wanted to teach, and I never really had thought about teaching adults. So when I started, training in a work environment and teaching adults, I was expecting this different sort of, I just had a different idea or thought about what it would be like to teach adults. And if I didn't get into that classroom and have to work with these adults that were literally really kind of acting like kids, and these were professional adults, and I'm just saying this because I had different expectations, and yet the reality was this is not too far away from teaching kids. Sometimes teaching adults is not too far away from teaching kids. And that's how I kind of like to think that Meghan thought, that she had these high expectations and high hopes that she would be able to walk into this world and be welcomed. And I don't know what they told her or how they made her feel, prior to her going into the situation. And then once she got into it, and once she got into the family, she realized that it was something totally different. Maybe they flipped the script on her, and she was just not fully aware of what that world was really like, And so I think, in all fairness, I feel like if someone caught her off guard, she grew up or lived in California, from what I could tell, and they're very liberal, very, she's lived a life where she was a very, what do you say, like activist, all that kind of, she spoke up for her rights and all sorts of things. And that's just kind of the family how she was raised, and which is totally different from how that world works. They're very quiet, they're very reserved, they're very conservative, they're very private, they're elitist, all that. I mean, plus all the obviouses, right? Very wealthy. And I just think she had no idea what she was getting into on the level. I don't think she had an idea of the level that she was getting into. So I think it caught her off guard. I think she really was struggling. I think she really did have to go through some depression. I think she learned something more about her race and how people see her more than she ever had in her life. And I think it was a wake-up call for her. So that's why I feel a little bad for her. But my husband feels absolutely no sympathy for her at all. So that's kind of funny to me. He's like, she should have known. He's like, I don't think she should have taken him away from his royal, life and all that type of stuff. I do think that was a lot for him to give up. But I also feel like it's something that he always wanted to do. And in my opinion, I think he might have, he saw her as a way out of that life. And I think he's like, hey, this is going to be a way out. You're not happy. I can use this as an excuse kind of to get out. And I think that's what he did. And that's just my opinion. I think he always wanted a way out, and he found him a way out. And so, and I think that we'll see what happens. We'll see how life turns out for them. I don't think that their life will be as normal as they think that it will be living here, in the States. But who knows? Who knows? True Fan says, hey, Levi, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I see you put a picture up on your thing. Good to see you. Welcome. True Fan says, Megan didn't want to know. Woo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, probably that. My husband would probably say that too. Something that she didn't want to know. She didn't want to know, because how could you not know, right? How could you not think or have some idea or some thought that would be a challenge for you, that you would not be welcome? They gave the other princess a hard time when she came in, and she came from wealth. She went to the same school as the other son, and they gave her a hard time. They didn't want her in there. They didn't want Princess Diana in there. They gave her a hard time. So surely you couldn't possibly think that you were going to have it easy. So, Vern says, what about Pierce B? I think he liked her. Who's Pierce B? I'm not sure who Pierce B is. Oh, is that somebody he dated before? I'm not 100% familiar with them. God is good. I'm holding on. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. Burns, you'll have to fill me in on that one. Not sure. But anyway, yeah, so that's my thought. That's my 2 cents on Harry and Meghan. I think the interview was interesting. It was very interesting to watch. It was just interesting. I can't really say it. I almost kind of feel like I wish she had that interview after she was pregnant, because I think women are just so much more emotional and more sensitive and all that stuff. When we're pregnant, I kind of would have liked to have seen that interview after she had the baby, and just see if it would have come across any differently. But yeah, I felt like she was coming across to me in the interview like she wanted to say more, like she wanted to tell Oprah more, but she just didn't. She just didn't, because she felt like she couldn't, or she was scared or didn't want to say too much, all of that. So, but that, to me, that's how she kind of came across in the interview. Like, that I could just, in her eyes, it just seemed like she wanted to be able to say so much more, and she just couldn't. So I don't know. That's how it came across to me. But how about you all? Do y'all have any thoughts about that? Yeah, and she probably didn't. But like you said, True Fan, she probably didn't want to know. I mean, who doesn't want to live the fairy tale princess dream? I mean, that is not a life I don't think that I would have been able to walk into or be in, for a whole lot of reasons that I won't say on this screen. But she thought she met her prince. And who does not want to live that fairy tale dream? So, and she definitely got to live that. That's all I can say. She definitely, now she's living it. So we're all getting to see what that's like. And I hope that she will be happy. I wish them the best moving forward. She says, Piers Morgan, the newscaster, he was fired. Oh, fired? He was fired for talking about Meghan? Is that the one? Is he over there, or is he here? Is he here in the States, Piers Morgan? I didn't realize he was fired for talking about her. Yeah, I don't keep up with that much news. I do typically watch like world news, but I didn't know he was fired. I hadn't seen that one. He's British. Okay, so he's over there. Yeah. I didn't know he was fired. I do know him. I do remember seeing him, but I didn't know he was fired. I did not know that. Wow. Just for talking about her. Okay. That's news to me, Burns. I didn't know that one. So it might have happened a while back. Yeah. So yeah, I'll have to read up on that. I wasn't aware. Oh well. True Fan says, I knew that wasn't going to work. You knew that them being over there wasn't going to work, or you feel like the marriage isn't going to work. How many of y'all feel like the marriage will work? Do any of y'all feel like the marriage will work? Like that they'll stay married forever? Or do any of you all feel like they'll divorce? That's a good question. I don't know I don't know if I think that they're going to last or if they're going to eventually break up. For me personally, I kind of feel like they'll eventually not last. I pray that that is not the case. I never want a marriage to dissolve, but I just don't know if that'll. I don't know if she really has the hang power to be in a situation long term that is going to be challenging for her. Because if she thinks that her challenges are over just because they're here in the States, I sadly disagree with that. I sadly disagree with that. I think things are going to be even more challenging. I think they're going to be even more in the limelight. They're going to be even more criticized over here because we don't have those rules and regulations here. People can say what they want and do what they want pretty much. And they don't have any more respect for them here than they do over there. In fact, I think here they probably have less respect for them. So I feel like the social media will be even more crucial to them. So, and I don't know if she really is going to be able to handle that. So I pray that it does work out. I pray that they do stay together. But we'll all be watching. I guess we'll all be watching. God's Chosen Vessel says they are a beautiful couple. I'm not sure about the rest. Yes. Hey, Janetti's Corner. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome. I'm just talking open forum tonight. You all pick the topic and I will talk about it as much as I know about it. Anything y'all want to chit chat about, we will chit chat about. Hey, Harrison, how are you? Congratulations on your monetization. I'm so excited for you. That is so good. I hate I missed your monetization party. I'm so sorry. But I'm I am super excited for you because you've been doing this way longer than I have. And you're doing so good. And I love your channel. I love watching your stuff. So I'm super happy for you getting monetized. And looks like I look forward to seeing all the cool stuff that you're going to be doing moving forward. So congratulations again on that. Yes. Got a new wife, got some new money, all of it. So you life for 2021, you're going into 2021 with a whole new outlook, a whole new life. Hey, Positive, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Let's see, listening and chatting, working on your homework. Oh, yes, I know. Yes, you keep going. You keep going, girl. I'm excited for you. I'm listening to you. Hey, Jay's Wait, Jules, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. How are you doing? It's been a minute since I've seen you. Good to see you. Welcome. I appreciate you being in here and coming in and popping in. We are doing open forum discussion tonight, guys. You all just pick a topic. You all put a word out. Anything y'all want to discuss. I want to know my thoughts about something. Anything you care to share, or anything you want to know about me. Y'all want to know something about me? You want to ask me some questions about myself? I'm open to talk with you all about that. Anything, just let me know. Y'all can just put a word in the chat and I'll chat about that. I'm pretty open. Well, for the most part, open. Anything y'all have on your minds? Any questions? Any thing you're struggling with? Anything you're excited about? Let's see. Please let me borrow a couple of dollars from your stimmy check. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I don't know if you watch my money series, but when you say the word borrow to me, that means that you have every intention of paying it back. Now, I'll let you set the terms on how you going to pay it back, but that means you have every intention of paying it back. So I've done a whole little money series. So be sure y'all know how I feel and about borrowing money. So are you asking me, Burns, to borrow it, or are you asking, can you just have it? Because you got to make it clear for me. You got to make it clear. Janetti's Corner, you look gorgeous, sis. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. On a Saturday night, I appreciate that. After a long week, if you still think I look gorgeous, thank you. I appreciate it, truly. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. If you're not a part of this talk family, please do. Love you all. Got a 9.5. Ooh, drive at 4 a.m. going to sleep. Yes, please do. See you later, beautiful kings and queens. Take care, Chef. I appreciate you popping in and giving me a little time. I love it. Thank you. Love you so much. Positive says, I was thinking about that money series when you said that. Yes. Yeah, you asked to borrow money from me. That means you have every intention of paying it back. Verse says, girl, I ain't got no job, so you need to give it to me. Absolutely, Burns. Absolutely. Yeah, because I don't have a kid in college and 2 in daycare. Absolutely, I will. Absolutely, yes. Let's see. Since you're a Cowboys fan, what do you think about Dak getting paid? Ooh. Hey, get that money. Get it while you can get it. That's what I say. Get it while you can get it. So if you can, if they're willing to pay, get it, because you never know. In football, your career and your life could be over like that. So if they're willing to give it to them, get it. That's how I feel about it. Let's see. All right. So yeah, but anything else? So yeah, I don't have too much. I haven't been keeping up too much with all the stuff going on out there in the world right now, but I'm definitely I try to catch the news every once in a while to see what's going on. I've been so busy tied up in YouTube and trying to grow this channel until I've not caught up on every single thing. Let's see. Anything new with me? Is there anything new with me? Not really. I can't really say that there's anything new with me. Just been, let's see, what are your thoughts about Texas reopening? I was just saying earlier, Positive, that we were back out today and we got back out into the world. We went to a restaurant, had breakfast. We went to a mall and hung out, and there were a lot of people out, but everyone is still wearing their masks. They're still social distancing. And so everything felt like it was somewhat still, people still practicing safe COVID-19 practices. So I think that it's still, I know that we cannot stay shut down forever, for eternity. It's just hard to say, how do we go about reopening the state? I definitely think in all the stores, I did notice that all the stores still had their signs up that said masks are mandatory. They had not taken those down. They still had a lot of things that were still just closed off. A lot of the little kids' play places and different things like that, all that stuff was still shut down and closed off. So I think that people are still taking precautions. They're still taking precautions and trying to be careful. Hey, Minister Terrence, how are you? Good to see you. So yeah, I think that it's too early. It is too early to be saying, let's fully open our state back up and not have any sort of regulations or anything like that. I don't think that we are there by any means yet. But I do think that we have to open, we have to open it some kind of way, but on some level. But I just think that people take reopening too far and they will go out and just act like, okay, it's over now, masks off and all that. I'm happy that I have not seen that yet. And I live in a college town. Where the kids are always out. They're always ready to party. And a lot of the places where they would normally like be hanging out, laying out, partying, they are still shut down. They have not opened those places back up. So I was happy to see that too, because they definitely are like, we don't care, we're young, we don't care, we're going to be out there doing what we want to do. But a lot of those places have not been opened back up in our town. So I was super, kind of happy about that. So I do think that even though, hey, GB, how are you? The vaccine has not been FDA approved. Okay. Well, I know they're giving it to us at our hospital. So I thought it had gone through FDA approval. Yes, it's spring break there too. Yeah. And you're in Texas too. Yeah, you're in Texas too. We've had spring break like this week and next week. And we're going to try to do a little road trip just to hang out on the water for a little bit. And just kind of see what that's like. I know a couple of friends of mine have gone to the beaches and, stuff like that. But yeah, we're still very cautious. We're still acting like we're still in a pandemic, and that, this is still very real. So we don't really care. We're kind of like you, Sister Gwen. We don't really care what other people are doing or not doing. From what I see, we are still very, people are still being very precautious. They're still taking precautions. So, and I'm happy to see that people are still wearing gloves. They're still wearing masks. They're still just protecting themselves. They're still being social distance. The only time we saw people with their masks off is when they were literally eating their food. And as soon as it was over, they got up and went to the bathroom, anything, people still had their masks on. So, I was super happy about that. So I don't think that people are necessarily in a rush to get back out there and act like nothing is going on, because truth be told, everybody knows somebody in their family or, in their friend circle who's lost somebody to COVID-19. And so they know how real it is. I will say that in our hospital, our numbers have gone down. Our COVID units and COVID wards are not as full as they were just a few months ago, So I will say that it's going down. Now, I don't know, I can't say that it's because people are getting vaccinated, because really not everyone is even able to do that yet. But I do think that the people have definitely, just stayed in more, because we have stayed in, we're not seeing the numbers that we have been seeing. But we'll see. We'll know in the next month or two if we start seeing more admissions to our COVID floors, what exactly this is doing. So I'm sure we'll find out, especially probably here within the next 2 weeks, because like I said, spring break has been this week and then also next week. So I'll really be able to tell in the next, month or two what this reopening is doing to our state. Yes, keep your mask on, mask up. Unfortunately, we just lost a sister content. Yes, yes, I saw that. I saw that, Burns. Yes, absolutely. There's so many have that we've lost. Let's see, it was allowed to be given under the emergency of the pandemic, under the emergency of the pandemic. However, it's still under clinical trial. I believe that. You work for the government too. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. I do think there was this big, huge rush to get it out. I don't think that it went through all the full testing that it probably needed to go through. And yeah, like you say, Minister Terrence, you really do have to make the best decision for you and your family. I chose to take it. Other family members and different people that I know have chosen not to take it. We, in our particular hospital and in where I work, it was not mandatory that we take it, but because we are, obviously in a hospital setting, it was highly encouraged, but we were not punished in any way or forced in any way to take it or punished if you didn't take it. It truly is. And I know people with certain healthcare issues, I have family members and friends with different healthcare issues that have chosen not to take it. And, I don't feel any kind of way that they're choosing not to take it, because it is a risk. You don't know one way or another. I remember a few years ago when we had that swine flu. I was working still in the hospital, and they made it mandatory that we take that shot for that swine flu. And I didn't want to take that. I didn't want to take that shot, but I couldn't keep my job unless we took that swine flu shot. And so I had to do it. And thankfully I didn't feel anything from that. And it's been almost 3 weeks now since I've had the second shot of COVID-19, and I haven't felt anything. I had no symptoms from the first shot nor the second shot. So I know different people have felt different things from it. I didn't feel anything. My arm was slightly tender with the second shot. The first shot, I forgot I even took it because I didn't feel nothing. The second shot, I just had the slightest bit of tenderness in my arm, and that was it. I didn't have any stomach issues. I didn't have any, head issues or nothing. It was almost as if I just took the regular flu shot. So, and I've not experienced any symptoms in the 3 weeks now in the aftermath of me taking it. So, but you have to make the best decision of your own. And like I said, even though I've taken the shot, I still move around on this planet and in the world like I haven't taken it, and I do have some people at my job. It's like, oh, you took the shot, you shouldn't have to wear your mask anymore. I'm like, what? Where are you getting that from? No, just because you took the shot you may not get it. You may still have it, and you still may be able to pass it on to somebody else. So, I'm still careful. I'm still limiting the amount of exposure, the amount of time that I'm around other people. Which one did I take? I took the, which one was it? The Pfizer one. I took the Pfizer one. So yeah, I believe that's the one that the government does. Yeah. So I thank God. Like I say, I didn't have a minute's trouble with it. I didn't lose any sleep, nothing. I felt nothing. So, yeah, I took the Pfizer. Yeah, I took the Pfizer one. And I don't even know if I know anyone that took the Moderna one. I'm trying to think of all my friends that have taken it. I don't even know if I know anyone who has taken the Moderna one. I'm not 100% sure, because I have a couple friends who work in healthcare settings, and I think everyone has taken the Pfizer one from what I've understood. But yeah, I do know that there may be differences. Your 81-year-old father. What about your 81-year-old father, GB? Did he take it? Or tell me, what are you saying about your 81-year-old father? But yeah, so I can't, tell people to take it or not take it. I'll tell you my experience. I'll tell you the reasons why I took it. Um, like I said, I didn't want to put anyone else under the exposure of that, and or just having that risk. And I do work, even though I work in a hospital, I work in the IT department, so we have very limited exposure to the floors. So we're down in the basement, our doors are locked, no one can enter except for the few of us who work there. And they are keeping, oh, your 81-year-old father took the Moderna one. Okay. And did he have any experience with it, like any sort of symptoms, or was it problematic for him in any way, GB? So, I'm very, and we're in our own spaces. We're all more than 6 feet apart, probably, with how we sit. We're not all in on the same days. We still alternate days that we come in. So like half of us are there and half of us are not. So, and we all still wear our masks in our area. So yeah, we're still taking precautions. And I think it's still very real. And I think that you are still definitely putting yourself at risk if you are walking around like nothing is going on, because it definitely is. It definitely is. Yeah. Anything else going on your minds? Yeah, but Verns, I can't say anything new necessarily is going on with me, other than we're just getting, really busy back at work. So it's becoming a little slightly more challenging. I am starting a series on Monday where I will be discussing more controversial topics. I was supposed to start it last week, but things got so busy until I didn't have time to sort of get my thoughts together about what I wanted to talk about. But next week, we will be getting started. And the first topic, actually, that I will be discussing on Monday is addiction. I will be talking about addiction. I had to pick topics that I had some experience with. Because I like to keep the things that I talk about on this channel authentic. So I don't know a single person who doesn't deal with some addiction in their life, or with some family member or something. So anyway, that's the one I'm going to talk about. That's the one we'll be talking about first. So I'll be starting a whole series. It'll be 25 lessons on some more controversial topics that we'll be discussing, and what we, how we go about communicating through those issues that we often typically like to avoid. So we are definitely going to be having some good discussions, hopefully. GB says, not sure because of underlying conditions, but his motor skills are off. He fell a few times, but I can't fully say it was because of the shot. Yeah, exactly. I see. Yeah. You just never know. Everyone's experience with it has been very individualized. Of all the good 15 people at my office who took it, I want to say that there was only one that had some stomach issues, but she has stomach issues no matter what she does. She could be eating anything and she will have some stomach issues. And so, that sort of agitated her a little bit, but we don't know anyone in our office area that had any severe symptoms from it or severe reactions to it. God's chosen vessel says that's a very good topic. Yeah. So we'll be starting with addiction. I'll be talking about that and sharing with you all, my experience with that. So check in on Monday. I know if you're not up at 5 a.m., I have to get up really early. And something else I'm thinking about working on doing is some of my older, if you're new to my channel and you've sort of missed some of my last series on just communicating healthier and tongue types, communicating with different personality types. I may be replaying some of those during the lunchtime hour. So So you might see some of my videos coming out during the lunchtime hour from some older series that I did. She may need to see a GI doc. Yeah. She does. Yeah, she does actually. So she's got all kind of, bless her heart. Bless these people's heart, right? These ones that always have something going on. So yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Positive says, I have a staff member whose spouse is a teacher and took the shot. She was sick for 2 days after and refuses to take the second shot. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, I get it. I mean, some people do. They are very sensitive to vaccines. But like, I would say if you've ever had an issue taking the flu shot or any other just normal vaccine, or if you've ever had a reaction, then you'll probably have a reaction to this as well. If you don't typically have reactions to those types of, vaccines, regular vaccines, then you probably, I would think that you would be okay. I don't think that you would have anything to be worried about. So, positive. I just realized your thing is off again. That is so strange. Let me see. I'm going to have to fix you again, positive. I don't even know how that's happening. I don't even know. Oh, no, you are. Okay. So it shows on my StreamYard on my phone, but not on here. Okay. So you are showing right. You are showing properly. Okay. So yeah, let's see the fact sheet. Let me see what this says. The fact sheet can be found on the CDC website. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look. I'll take a look at that, GB, for sure. That looks interesting. Yes, you're still blue. You're still blue. Yeah, I didn't see that you were blue on my computer, but I do see that you're blue here on my phone. So yeah. Yes. So yeah, I'll be discussing more controversial stuff coming out starting next week. And then I won't be on next Saturday night. We'll be doing another venturing out again. So we'll see. I'll let y'all know how that goes. If I get some time while I'm there, like I said, we're going to go try to do a little time by the water. If I get a little time while I'm there, I'll try to pop on and do a live and let y'all know how things are, let y'all see how things are going here in Texas. So, but I won't be live next Saturday night. Yeah. All right. Anything else y'all have questions about, y'all want to chat about, or just want to talk about? I'm open to discuss. Let's see. Are there any topics that y'all would like to see as I do this controversy series? Because I still have a few slots open for thoughts. If y'all have any challenging discussions or topics that y'all would like to see me discuss that can be controversial, and y'all kind of want to know my thoughts on it, let me know about that. Let's see. Paul said, what do you like to do for fun, or do you have hobbies? That's funny. And I say that's funny because I just recently started something that I like to do for fun. And I bought me a pair of roller skates. And so I was out roller skating during lunch, and I actually fell and kind of twisted my knee and my ankle. So I have a pretty bad sprain on my knee and ankle right now. So my little fun thing that I like to do has been sort of put on hold until this fully heals, and I can try to get back out there a little safer. I was looking for something fun to do that I used to love doing when I was younger. So yes, is anything open? Possibly the end time signs. Let's see, things that I have like experience with. I don't typically I don't have any experience with the end times. So these are all topic, not anything, GB, anything that's like communication related. Since I'm if you're new to my channel, this is a communication channel and how to talk your way to healthy relationships. So any topics of discussion that are related to, relating with others, people you are in relationship with, people you work with, people you're friends with, acquaintances, different things such as that, topics that we have challenges talking about with each other. So for instance, like with addiction, on Monday, I'll be talking about that, like from a, from family perspective, what it's like to have to communicate with someone in your family who is struggling with addiction. And so I'll be sharing my experience with that. So yeah, I don't talk about just random things, but anything that you got it. Okay, great. Let's see. What was that? Oh, hobbies. I love taking pictures. I'm a big photographer. And one of the things that I do for hobbies is I like to make photo books. So I will do, I do digital photo books because I like, obviously being on the computer, and it's just a lot easier for me. I don't have time to do all that cutting and pasting with the scrapbooking. It's just, I don't have the patience for that. Like, I see you doing all that wonderful, beautiful crafting stuff, positive, and I don't have the patience for it. So yeah, I do digital scrapbooking. So I take a lot of pictures, I dump them all in my computer, and I create my scrapbooks on the camera, like on my computer. And I absolutely love doing that when I have time. So yeah, that's one of my hobbies. I love to travel, absolutely love to travel. But that's been put on hold, but we're going to start trying to get back out there a little bit again as safely as possible. So that's another hobby of mine. But yeah, what other hobbies do I have? Writing. I love to write. I'm a big writer. So that's becoming a hobby that I do on a regular basis. So yeah, those are pretty much my hobbies. What did you say, GB? I was thinking of getting some roller derby skates. Yeah, that's what I got, the four wheel skates, not those inline skates. I'm not an inline skater. Yes, Father says I forgot we don't bounce back like we did when we were kids. Yeah, we stay down. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. So I was not excited when I fell. So that was not fun, and it definitely was very painful. How you doing, crew family? Good to see you. Welcome, my Jamaican sister. How are you? Good to see you. We're just open discussion tonight, talking. I had not been on because we had I had been really busy at work, so I hadn't been able to go live this week, but I didn't want to miss tonight. And coming on and chatting with you all. So I appreciate you all. Positive says, I have a lot of unfinished projects I'm trying to finish. Yeah. I tried that scrapbooking thing because I had a lot of friends who were into it. And man, there's so much stuff you have to buy and keep up with. And, we would spend hours doing like 1 or 2 pages. And I was like, oh no, this is just taking up so much time. And like, I have like 100 pictures, that I'm trying to get into a book. And I was like, oh no, I don't have time for this. So yeah, I had gone to some scrapbooking conferences with her and bought a couple things and all that kind of stuff. And then when I found out they had digital scrapbooking, I was like, what? I was like, oh, this is all I need. So, and you can do all the things that you would do on a regular scrapbook. If I want to, all the embellishments, all the stickers, all the backgrounds and all of it. And it's nice and smooth. It's not 3D like, your a traditional scrapbook would be. But, I love it. And I will pass those books down. My goal was to do a book every year for my children so that when they get married, I was going to give them their books for their as one of their wedding presents from the time that they've been birthed all the way up. But I'm already a year behind. So I'm I'm trying to get caught back up with those. So YouTube kind of took over my life a little bit. So I had not been digital scrapbooking the way I would like to, but I need to catch up with that. But I do take a lot of pictures. I'm a big picture taker. True Fan says, I love to travel. What's your favorite place? Ooh, I don't even know if I have been to my favorite place. I will say that as of now, my favorite place has been Hawaii. I've traveled. That's one of my favorite places. Hawaii is just everything that you've ever dreamed of. And it was the one place that I went where I felt so safe. That's one thing that I can say that I loved about Hawaii. My husband and I rented a Jeep there and just traveled around. And I don't know, sometimes when you go to different countries, you have to be very careful about, where you go and what you do and all that. But when we were in Hawaii, it literally felt like we were at home. Like it felt like familiar, I didn't feel like I had to just be so careful and cautious of everything and everybody. But I've been to a lot of places that I absolutely love. But yeah, Hawaii has been one of my favorites. I also very much thought Alaska was absolutely beautiful. If you are a big nature lover, everything in Alaska is just a nature lover's haven. That was another place that I really, really enjoyed. If you like to hike, if you like to, see amazing animals and different things like that, then take a trip to Alaska. It's beautiful. Yes, crafting is very expensive. I'm falling asleep. I pray you have a good night. You too, Unbroken. You have a wonderful night as well. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Sister Positive Bliss. Let me scroll down. That sounds like fun. Let's see. Oh, you thought it was Jamaica? Crew family, I love Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica a lot. I love going to Jamaica. I've been with friends. I've been with, my husband. I absolutely love Jamaica. I want to say I've been to Jamaica, I don't know how many times. Less than 10, but more than 5. So I don't even know how many times I've been to Jamaica. I just love Jamaica. I really do. But Jamaica is, I do have to be careful there. I didn't necessarily feel like I had the full freedom to just walk around and be, people always be like, oh, be careful. So, but I love Jamaica. I love it. I go anytime people say, oh, let's go to Jamaica. I'm like, okay, let's go. I never feel like it's not a place that I don't want to go back to, because every time I go, it's beautiful. I have a fun time. The people are just so welcoming and amazing. I love hanging out with the locals. And that's one thing that I typically do. I don't like doing a lot of tourists. I do some touristy stuff, but I really love to hang out with the locals. So when I go places, I like to, research the place before I get there. And then I will set up to get my own cab or, somehow get my own transportation, and I'll go out on my own or with whoever I'm with, and kind of get away from the touristy areas. And I've done that a lot in Jamaica. So I've gone to a lot of the local beaches that, the tourists don't know about. I will go to just some of the local hangout spots, and I've just always had a really great time in Jamaica. Every time I go, I'm never disappointed. I'm never disappointed. So that's definitely one place that I encourage anybody to go. And it's so affordable. It's so affordable to go to Jamaica. And the food, the jerk chicken and the lobster, the seafood. I mean, everything, they just boom. What do you want? They cook it fresh for you. And, it's just awesome. It's awesome. And I love that. I love that about Jamaica. So yeah, you will never hear me say anything bad about Jamaica, really. Let's see. But yes, that was great. Gotcha. Let's see. I plan to do some traveling once this pandemic is over. Oh, I'll be an empty nester soon, so I'm ready. I know. Yes, yeah. We plan on we're gonna try to get out to San Diego, because that's somewhere my husband hasn't been. And now that we have our little ones, this will be our first time going. Well, it's not our first time going because we did take them to the Bahamas for their birthday one year, but we want to take them to the San Diego Zoo. So we think that'll be kind of a nice, kind of fun trip. So we'll see how that goes. That's one of the first places that we plan on moving around to when we when this pandemic is kind of, goes away. Well, not goes away, but just gets a little more under control. The crew family says, yes, you have to be careful. But yes, we are fun people. You absolutely are. I love the music. I love everything. I love everything about Jamaica. I really do. Like, there's not much bad that I would say about it, other than you just have to be careful in certain areas. And another thing that I've done too, and this is something that I would encourage for you all who like to travel, but maybe you're afraid of traveling. Something that I do is I will hire somebody local, like there. So like once I get there, if I'm staying at a resort or wherever I'm staying, I will just find some, a local person who knows really well, and I will hire them to sort of take us around, because it really makes a huge difference to be somewhere where you're with somebody who's local, who knows the area very well. Because they can take you around to places that you would not know about. And because you're with somebody who's a native, you're less likely to be taken advantage of. I find that when I go places and I'm just walking around willy-nilly, you're more like a target. So if you are going somewhere where you might stick out like a sore thumb, then it's always good to have somebody with you who's a local. And you can find somebody. People are always willing. People are always willing to be like, oh, yes, we'll take you here. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, I've done that before several times, and that always works really well for me. And it makes my experience just so much even more fun, just more fun. So I get away from those tourist people who, take you to all the touristy spots, and, just find a good local person that you vibe with, that you have good, communications with. I never travel by myself. I always have at least one person with me, and then maybe a local person. And so just to make things, I try to, be as safe as possible. That's what I did when I was single. Now that I'm married, I have my husband, and, we still are careful about how we travel, but we still love going off and doing, just amazing things and kind of getting a little bit away from the big touristy spots. So yeah, I highly encourage you to do that. If you're thinking about going somewhere, but you're just not sure, how you want to do that. Sounds awesome. Our climate is amazing. Yes, can't wait to visit there. Yes, the jerk chicken. Check out my latest video. It's less than 2 minutes, but you will like it. It's just nature and the birds chirping. Yes, absolutely. I saw you singing too, the crew family. I had no idea you had such a beautiful voice. That is so awesome. Yes, you do. You look like you are in a beautiful area. Everything in Jamaica is lush and green, and and here's the other thing that I really liked about Jamaica and all the other just islands that I visit. One of the things that we do here, and one of the things that we do here in the States is we all live in our houses, and we hardly ever interact with each other. Like, you may know one or two of your neighbors, but you don't know everybody in the community, at least for the most part, right here in the States. But when you go to Jamaica, or when you go to a lot of different islands, St. Martin, St. Thomas, just different of different Caribbean islands, all of them are pretty much the same as far as, this goes. You go out in the community and everybody is out communing with each other, talking with each other, interacting with each other, engaging with each other. And it's very communal and very, where the spirit is just family-like, and everybody knows everybody. And that's partly why they always know that you're not from there because they don't know you. So because everybody knows everybody, it's just a very different feel. It's a very different feel. And you see, we just don't really have that here in the States. I don't know too many places here where you can just go and be outside. Everybody's outside talking and hanging out, from where the whole community is out, and that's how it is. That's how it is. I notice when I go to different Caribbean countries, and I just think that's so amazing. Like everybody is out enjoying life, enjoying the air, enjoying the people. And here, if you're out, you're still to yourself, and you're still, you don't just engage with people. And if you do talk to somebody, they're looking at you like, what are you doing talking to me? Type thing. So, and it's not like that when you go to a lot of these Caribbean countries. People are open, they're willing to talk. There is no personal space. There's no personal space. Everybody is in each other's space. Everybody's in each other's lives. They're in each other's business, all of it. So, I guess you got to take the good with the bad, but really, it just makes the experience so much richer. Their lives are so much richer. They seem so much healthier, happier, mentally, emotionally. So yeah. Hello, Mr. Disrespectful. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Well, guys, I have been here for just over an hour, so I am not going to hold you all any longer. I appreciate you all so much for coming in and watching and hanging out with me and just chatting, asking me questions, me just kind of seeing what's on you all's mind. Like I say, I won't be here. Hey, Destiny Forever Walks. Good to see you. Welcome. I love nature too, and the chirping of the birds. I'll check out your video. Yes, please do. Check it out. Check it out. Check out her video. She's good. I enjoy watching her. So I won't keep you all if y'all don't have too much. So look for my videos out next week. All this good controversial stuff. And I'll of course be putting my tips out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then you all may see some of my older videos coming out on during the lunch hour. So just working on building up watch time and all that kind of stuff, which helps with that. So even if it's something you've seen and you want to just help out this channel, just put it on and let it play. I appreciate that as well. I'll take that as well. So I'm going to say a quick prayer. Does anybody have any prayer requests? Do y'all have any prayer requests? You want to pop it in the chat? Anybody want me to pray for anyone? I will be happy to pray for you all. Any specific prayer requests? All right. Well, if not, I will go ahead. I'll pray just, for all of us. And we'll move on. Father, thank you tonight for this time. Thank you for who you are in our lives, the love, the grace, and the mercy that you show us each and every day that we do not deserve. Father, you continue to love on us. You continue to care for us. You continue to provide for us. You continue to keep us in our right minds and keep our bodies and our health and keep us on track with where it is that we need to go. Father, so much is going on in the world, but nothing that you did not already know was going to happen. Father, touch our lives, bless everyone in the chat, our families. And as this world opens back up, you know about this pandemic, you know what's out there, and you even know what's coming, Father. But just keep us prepared, keep our ears and our eyes stayed on you. Keep our hearts looking towards heaven so that we don't miss any messages that you are trying to prepare us for or want us to know and understand. Father, we don't know what's to come, but we know who is over it all. And we trust and believe that you will continue to keep us safe as we move through this world. We are your people. We are your children, and you love us and you want nothing but the best for us. But Father, we know that we are not immune to sin. We are not immune to tragedy. We're not immune to the different things that goes on in this world. So, Father, we just ask that you give us the strength to overcome, to get through, and to just help us to make a way, and to stay faithful and to stay true to who we are in you. Help us to not lose sight. Help us to not get discouraged. Help us to not lose hope in you being our God and you working things through for us so that we can give you the glory. Father, bless our families, bless our children, our parents and loved ones. Keep us safe, keep us protected from all hurt, harm, and danger. Father, we love you. We thank you. In these things we ask in your son, Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Enjoy your time away with your family. I will. Let's do some playlist swapping tonight. Oh, sounds good. I'm always up for that. Sounds good. Okay, I'll hit you up on your DM crew, family. All right, y'all take care. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you all Monday, hopefully Monday. All right, y'all take care. Love you all. Continue to be the light. All right, blessings.